Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crochet by KJ. I am your host KJ. Today I'm talking about how do you make your own cakes. So I'm in love with the mandala yarn. I'm in love with Caron cakes, big cakes, tea cakes, sprinkle cakes, cupcakes, you name them, I love them. This variegated, long variegated yarn is a lot of fun. It provides an easy way to color change, and it makes all of your projects a little bit unique. So I've been watching on my Facebook some folks making their own cakes, and I thought that I wanted to try that and see how that worked. So I'm going to show you what I've done. This is Molly. I have many cats. All I need is to retire, and I've got the cats and the yarn, and I'm good to go. So hey, thank you. So today I'm going to show you how I accomplished this. This is the first cake that I made. I'm using all Red Heart Super Savers except for this one. It's loops and threads. I don't have wrappers. I don't have colors, nothing like that. This is just leftover scrap yarn for me, you know, from projects. To be honest with you, I don't even know what projects I did with these. They're that old. They are all 4s, so same weight is going to be really important in this to give you a good consistency. The first one I made, I didn't measure. It's pretty random. You can tell there's not a lot of blue in the middle. I think I used a little bit less green than the variegated, but I'm going to show you how I did it. What you're going to need is some sort of a ball winder. I have a Boy electric yarn ball winder. I like it a lot. It makes cakes very easy, especially when you're doing big Grafgan type projects. It makes those nice small cakes for you. It's really good at winding your cakes as well if you have anything left over. So for example, this was a leftover ball that I had, and I can use this. I can get a center pole out of it, and it can take these leftover skeins and make them into a manageable cake. Saves on your storage and whatnot. So I'm using that. I've got my trusty pair of scissors and a darning needle to do the Russian join, and then whatever colors of yarn you want. I think as long as you're consistent in the weight of them, you're going to be good to go. So because I started this one with blue and I ended this one in blue, I'm going to start with the next color on my list, which is this variegated sand color. So that's where I'm going to begin. Very easy. This is another one that I'd put a cake in. So my center pole, you just thread it round through the machine, down and under, there you go. And I'm going to pull out a good amount because it slides pretty fast and it doesn't necessarily go. So I like to start slow to make sure that it's winding and that I am kind of guiding the yarn on it. Okay, so like I said, I'm not really measuring. I think I'll put a little more in there. Sure, we'll stop there. Okay, so how do I join them? Well, I'm going to just basically, oh look, perfect. Snip an end here in green. Okay. With that, the Russian join, and there are YouTube videos out there, that's how I learned it, is pretty simple. What you're going to do is you're going to take your darning needle and you're going to thread into the yarn. Just kind of back and forth as best you can. I pull it up and I make a loop. Well, that was messy. Sorry. Try that again. Pull up, make that a loop. I stick the other yarn that I'm going to be going to next, and my next color is green. And I'm going to jog it right through that loop that I made on my hook. I'm not threading the needle, I'm just going through that loop. It wants to thread. Probably doesn't help that they're both green. Alright, there it is. Do you see it? Okay, so then I'm going to simply pull this one through. Alright, so now I've got this going on a loop and this here. Doesn't help that they're both green. Okay, Then I'm going to come around with this side and do the same thing into my new color. And I will show you again when we get to the next color, and then maybe it won't be quite as messy and you'll be like, oh yeah, she does kind of know what she's doing. Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit is probably right. Okay. Thread that end. Okay, and I'm going to pull them tight. Pull tight, pull tight. And then you have your Russian join. You clip your ends. And it is not noticeable when you're going through. And if you have to clip more as you're crocheting or knitting, it's not really a noticeable join. It's just a little bit thicker. And because I did it in the same color, it's smooth. Probably not as smooth as me showing you, but it's pretty smooth. Okay, so I'm going to add in my green. Alright, that looks good. Okay, after green comes the brown. So I'm going to come out here, snip, pull in my brown, center pull this time, and do the Russian join again. So here's my yarn. Once again, I'm going to try to do this one a little bit better for you on camera. I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm just kind of weaving in and along inside of the yarn. I try to get it in there as dense as possible, meaning that it's not super sporadic, but you know, you can kind of see there what I've done. It's not, I'm not fantastic at it, but it works. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in my other color and I'm going to slide him through there. Okay, all right, now pulling that up, I'm going to pull it through and pull that way. That one I did pretty well because I don't have much to snip there. And now I do the same thing on this side. Here's my end. And I'm going to actually just move him up a little bit so I have a thing about wasting yarn. I don't know. I'm going to pull that through there. Again, as dense as I possibly can, meaning not sporadically through. This one's a slippery little stinker. All right. Here, Molly. All right, and pull that tight, pull tight. Pull tight, pull tight. And then this end I'm not going to clip. I'll wait and see if I need to clip it in my sewing. I'm going to clip this side. Bloop. And then go. Alright, I'm ready to wind. And there goes my brown. Brown's good, I think. Snip. Next comes in my blue. Again, I'm going to try the Russian join. Show you again. That's Molly. She's trying to get away from one of the others. And she loves to make herself very comfortable in my bags that I use when I sell. When I'm at vendor sales, I have brown bags that have my label on them and stuff, and she thinks that they're fabulously comfortable. I'm going to slide this guy through here. Okay, hold on to that part. Pull up, pull through. Pull out, make it nice and even. There's even. And then do the same thing on this side. This is a great way to change colors, this Russian join. Like I said, there are better YouTube videos out there than me in my sloppy ways showing you how to do this. But it has been, just as far as, you know, doing Afghans and whatnot, maybe not Grafghans, I don't really think that it works so much because you're planning, but regular Afghan color changes, it's a nice way to do it. It's very seamless, it's very tight, you know it's not going to come unraveled. Okay, so then I pull tight, pull tight. I'm going to snip and snip. We'll get the blue on there and I'll show you what I did. Okay, there's the join. And let me pull out some blue so it doesn't make that whining noise. I don't like that. And here we go. Okay. So like in this one I did 5. I started with the blue, I ended with the blue. So I started with the variegated on this one, I'm going to end with the variegated on this one when I find the center pole, because now I got 2. Alright, there it is. Alright, so last clip, last join, and then I'll leave you be. Alright. This blue is beautiful. It's not navy, but it's not royal either. It's just pretty blue. But it's very tight. It's a very tight weave, so it's hard to get in there and there we go. Okay. Slide you through here. Slide you through there. Pull. That was a good one. Kind of happy with that one. Alright. Over here, I like to get as close to that little knot as I can so that the joins are really good and close together. Again, no means an expert. This is my first like tutorial video. If you have comments, be kind. Okay. Through, 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 through. That's tight. I don't like it as much. I've loved this side, but you can see here. I might go in just a little bit. You can see I've got a little bit of a knot there. So trying to pull it and get rid of it. There we go. And there you go. Nice and clean. Okay. Alright, so snip and snip. We'll add the variegated and then we'll see what it looks like. Again, I'm not measuring, so there's probably a good science to that, like how much do you want of each color or whatnot. But that's something that you'll have to decide as you go. I feel like I did a better job on this one than the first one. What you do is you pull this back and weave and pull the cake right off the thing. This one looks good. Definitely looks different than that one. I mean, same colors and whatnot, but this is a much cleaner thing, and they're roughly about the same size, so I'm happy about that too. Okay, so I used four weighted yarn, worsted weight yarn, Red Heart Super Saver, this one's loops and threads, and just made sure that they were somewhat even in size. I use the Russian join on the inside to take care of my colors. And I think that's actually kind of cool. What a great way to use your scrap yarn. That's how I'm going to make some more. I'm going to make more cakes. That's kind of fun. And let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I tell you, I ordered from Lion Brand and from Michaels. Oh, so I'll show you what I got when that comes in. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful crochet day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.